He's so complimentary. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy Hebel, ladies and gentlemen. Gable Music Ventures. All right, raise your hand if you've been here before. Okay, that's good. A couple people have not. Welcome to the people who have not been here before. This is going to be fun. Jeremy and Gail and Gable Music Ventures are committed, and when I say committed, I mean 100%, to creating venues and opportunities for musicians that are local to have a forum and to have a place to, as I like to say, bare their souls a little bit, which I think live performers do in general, and it takes huge balls to do it, so let's give them a round of applause. And one of the great things about Gable Music Ventures and their opportunities and their shows is that a lot of times they're free. And when they're not, they're dirt cheap, and it's always a good time. Last week, Havana Sax was in here. This room was filled with like 75, 80 people. It was almost full completely. It was an amazing night. They sold a bunch of tickets, but they gave a bunch away as well. And that, to me, shows a real commitment to what they're doing. And I'm real appreciative of it. I started doing stand-up like 4 years ago, so carry the two. I was 18 or 19. And I started doing stand-up a little later in life, and it was something I always wanted to do when I grew up. Now, whether I'm grown up or not is left to be determined. However, it was something I always wanted to do, and I was always kind of afraid, because this is like a little bit without a net. You know what I mean? Like, I have no partner. I have nobody up here telling me when I'm going to screw up or what I should do when I do. And it's a little bit terrifying, but that is kind of what attracts me to it. And I had been doing stand-up for about 1.5 years, and I have children. I know, that's a shame. But I love them very much, and I want them to turn out not entirely screwed up. So I want to keep my eyeballs on them. So it became a situation where I didn't really want to travel too much to do stand-up. And I told myself if there was something that came up around my hometown that was easy to do and really enjoyable, I would do it. And Wilma Wednesday came up. And I absolutely love it. Now, Jeremy says we are not a part of World Cafe, but I dare and deign to differ. I think we are a part of World Cafe Live. I think every week when we see Jen on the floor, when we see Amber Lynn on the floor, when we see Anthony on the floor, Colleen behind the bar, Dan in the corner doing sound and lights, we know that we're a part of this family. And that's a really great thing, because we get to come back every week and not feel so awkward. Yeah, being awkward is just kind of part of, like, I don't have it figured out. And I bet nobody else does. Nobody has life figured out. Nobody has the answers. Nobody knows how it's going to work or whether it's going to be a success. So every day when we get up, all we do is try and try our hardest. And one thing I can tell you I'm completely and totally grateful and thankful for is coming back here every week and seeing the same people and knowing that I'm a part of that crazy dysfunctional family. Makes me feel a little bit normal. Speaking of normal, there's nobody here normal tonight, right? No? Good. All right. Excellent. I had a good Valentine's Day. Did anybody else? No. Anybody know? Who said no? You did not? Why? Tell me.
My guy went off to the mountains without me.
Mountain man? On Valentine's?
I took care of her the night before.
Okay, calm down. I don't need to know that. Just relax. Just relax with the information. But you had an opportunity to go to the mountains, so your lady here was stuck by herself, but at least you have somebody. That's
Stuck
good.
with all the kids.
And her new puppy.
Oh my God, shoot me in the face. Stuck with the kids and the puppy. All right, so where are you going next year, right?
Actually, now I'm going soon. He's going away.
Good for you. Good for you. Make sure you take care of him the night before. I don't know what that means. Pre-cook some TV dinners, yeah. I'm not sure really what's going to happen there, and I don't need to know. But I very unexpectedly had a nice Valentine's. I just had a breakup. I've divorced twice. I've been through, like I said, I don't have it figured out at all. But I spent some time with a friend, and I didn't expect it to be a nice romantic thing, and it was kind of an impromptu kind of, they call it Netflix and chill. That's what, I just found out. I didn't know. I don't know what that means. But there was some Netflix, and there was some actual chilling. Actually, there was, and I put my favorite song on, my favorite Valentine song, which is My Funny Valentine, and I put on the Etta James version. And while I was fiddling with my phone, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I turned around and we danced in the middle of the room. Isn't that sweet? Made me want to throw up. It was really nice though. I had a good time, and I was glad because being alone is a good alternative to being in a crappy relationship. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say that's a good alternative. But being alone also sometimes I find, like I have a king size bed and I wake up and there's just stuff in all the places where somebody else would sleep and I'm covered in potato chip crumbs. But, and Family Guy is still on autoplay. But enough about my personal life. I find that it's one of those things, at some point you have to negotiate to be an adult, an autonomous person. Let's say that, because I'm definitely not going to mature at any point because of this experience. And I've been in relationships, and I think I'm a good partner, but I'm not good at following rules or making compromises. So I'm gonna go with the potato chip crumbs for now. Okay, we have a lot of stuff going on tonight. We have a lot of housekeeping. I mentioned your servers on the floor. There's Jen, there's Amber Lee, there's Anthony, there's Colleen behind the bar. Please take care of your servers. I am also a server, and I will hunt you down and gut you like a fish if you don't. All right, no, I wouldn't. I'm a Quaker, I'm nonviolent, absolutely. I would never do that, but I would threaten it with words. Here's this thing that's happening. World Cafe Live is participating in Ambassadors Arts and Culture Town Hall. Now, that's politics, which I don't usually talk about, but when it pertains to arts and cultures, I will. We have several candidates that will be here: Eugene Young, Dennis Williams, Theo Gregory, Kevin Kelly. Oh, I like him. Him I like. Mike Perzicki, I hope I did that right, Robert Marshall, and Norman Griffiths. They'll be here on, are those all Wednesdays, Jeremy? Yes, Wednesdays at 5:30 if you want to talk to them. And one of the things that I do appreciate during politics season is that people make themselves available to us so that we can talk to them. And another thing that I really enjoy about being here on Wednesday nights is that we have an opportunity to support each other as performers and as artists. Because if we don't, then they kind of wither up and go away. And one of the things that brings me back all the time is feeling that sense of family and community here, and feeling the sense of support. Like John Garcia is here tonight. He's been here. He's playing at the end of the night. I'm totally excited for it. And he's been here to see other groups, and I think that shows a lot of support, and I really appreciate it. Good to see you, babe. Thank you.
Jerry Garcia?
Yeah. No relation to Jerry Garcia. He has all his fingers, and he does take a shower. But there are dead cover bands that play downstairs anytime you want to see it, if you're not at the mountains. Okay. All right, I do believe I'm going to bring up our next performer. He was up here doing a sound check, and he's adorable. I just want to warn you. Yeah, his name is Nate Talley. He's 16 years old, and again, I have to show a certain amount of reverence for the fact that you're willing to get up here. It's a very cool thing, yeah. It's a very cool thing, and I'm very proud of you for doing it. Now, this is your first Wilma Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And you go to Callaway? No, where do you? No, you go to Unionville. That's right. Somebody else does. I'm sorry. All you good-looking young folks seem the same to me. You're a singer-songwriter. Yes, and he's going to be singing an original tonight. I'm really excited for you guys to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to Nate Talley.